The amazing weight loss methodology from a desperate doctor. And yes, that doctor was me. Hi, I'm Dr. John Goodman. I'm a renowned dietitian with over a decade of experience in the field of adiposity, which is weight loss and metabolic dysfunctions. I have a very personal experience that I want to share with you today, and I'm sure you'll be able to relate to. For me, it was very personal, and it was a very distressing time in my life. It was almost like a horror show. Now, the truth is, most doctors don't understand people with weight loss problems. For me, it started in the university. I had a roommate, and we ate the same food and exercised the same. You know what I mean. He stayed the same weight while I kept gaining weight. I couldn't stand it. Well, how can this be? I mean, give us a break, right? This alone proves most experts' research wrong. It still undermines doctors and their high tower wisdom that even I used to flaunt around to sound like I knew what I was talking about. But where was the common sense? I had to ask, where was the logic? And where was the proof? Just imagine this for a second. A doctor who is grossly obese telling patients what I can't do myself, expecting them to perform miracles using orthodox treatments that I failed with. It's going to end in total failure, both for me and my patients. So, here's what happened. I tried to lose weight for 9.5 years, and I tried everything. Believe me, I tried Atkins, I tried Weight Watchers, the seafood and eat it diet. I starved, I dieted, I lost weight, I gained weight, but the results were always the same. Lousy. I felt like a mouse trapped inside an elephant. It was always the same. Lose a few pounds, gain them back again. I was sure the scales were telling lies. I'd lose a bit of weight, and then a couple of days later, hop on the scales, and bam, the weight was back on again. In reality, I felt like a right clown. I couldn't even do myself what I was teaching others to do. It was so embarrassing for me, and it was hard to digest. As you can imagine, I was constantly under stress. I felt rejected, and I hated going out because I knew people were laughing at me. I was clumsy, and I didn't feel like I was lovable or even likable. I felt like I let my wife down, and I was going nowhere in life. I had to ask myself, who was I? A doctor? Huh. A hypocrite? I sure felt like one. A judge? Oh yeah. I was telling my patients that they were guilty when I was actually guilty myself. I was actually a loser, just spinning around and around and around. I ended up getting to the point where I had to make a decision. Stop practicing as a doctor and have the other doctors laugh at me, which I'm sure they already were, or get a janitor's job, which is not what I wanted. Or I could find the answers, and I was desperate to say the least. I just had to find the answers. There was no other choice. My reputation was on the line as a doctor. I had to do this because it was my reputation. It was my life. So, I did some research, myself. I worked with my dad, who is also a doctor. I guess it runs in the family. I tried many things to find out what works. I was basically my own guinea pig. What I found out is that if doctors are right, then maybe pigs will fly. Because if what they say is true, then there is no way I could have been obese. Just thinking about my friend back at the university, we ate the same and exercised the same. But what I discovered was that I didn't want to look like a hippo. I didn't want to look like an elephant. And I found out that diets don't work. But I did find out what does work. Here's what I have for you today. This is not another commercial product that you see in an infomercial on TV. This is me, sharing the straight truth that I have learned. I wrote a book called Win the Weight, and you're going to have an opportunity to get this book at the end of this video. This book is me sharing from my heart. Now here's what you'll discover inside. You'll discover what fats you are allowed to have that won't affect your weight and why you should have these fats in your diet. You'll find out your body can't lose weight if you don't have some of the important ones. Here are some that you can enjoy, contrary to popular belief. You can have olive oil, omega-3s, butter, and coconut oil. You are not restricted as much as you might think. You're about to discover the methods in detail that are like links in a chain, and only their joint interaction will yield optimum results. When they're all linked together, it's possible to easily achieve the exact same results which I managed to achieve with hundreds of my patients. With this method, I managed to reduce 100 pounds and easily manage this weight afterwards. This is not just to dump some pounds which can soon return to you, but where you grow thin and stay that way. You'll discover one secret your brain needs to know. It's so simple you'll almost cry with joy. Just by doing this one thing, it'll help you eat less without the use of diet pills and reduce the chance of overeating. You'll discover what you must have to balance the acid in your diet. I learned very fast the Western diet is very high in acid, and you learn how to level this out and give your system a boost of calcium, which, like magnesium and selenium, is a natural relaxant. It helps lessen stress and anxiety and enhances sleep. By maintaining the optimum pH in your body, you are protected against a host of common health disorders, and I mean heaps. We reveal the secret that takes place when you're chewing your food, which you most likely don't know about. This information is sent to the part of the brain that deals with the digestive system and is responsible for your metabolism. The whole process should take about 20 minutes for you to comprehend, and you'll read about how this can really affect your weight. This totally defies the odds and leaves medical experts at a loss for words. After a real-world survey and in-depth study, we found that people automatically judge an obese person. We had comments like this, and this is majority comments, I might add. This is their own fault they eat too much, and are pigs that escape to the cake store. How horrible, because these people are so wrong, so wrong. They don't have a clue, or maybe a brain for that matter. Well, I digress. Maybe one that was transplanted from a hyena or a vulture or something. I'll show you how McDonald's uses this to exploit people. I looked at this key ingredient under the microscope. When taken in excess, it carries away fat and eases stress on your liver. The more you take, the faster the fat melts away, within reason, of course. But that's not all. This key ingredient helps reduce and eliminate toxins that can become deadly and cancerous while stopping the body function of converting fat, because it's spending all its time dealing with the toxins. You'll discover some interesting things about this secret. We'll show you why and how much to take, the best times to consume it, and why it is so vital for your health overall. It is really dead simple, but so often overlooked. I will expose why McDonald's uses this information to exploit people so they can sell more to unsuspecting consumers like you. We'll tell all, reveal all, about why you must never use these types of ingredients at this particular time, or you will just be helping to gain those pounds again. You'll learn the secret to boost your energy levels to restore life and vitality in your body. I couldn't believe how much of a difference this discovery made. Yes, I knew this one better than most people already, but it wasn't until I got to the nitty-gritty details and put it to the test did I really understand why it was so vital. Without them, complications can quickly arise. I'll show you how to speed up this process so you start feeling like living far quicker and boosting up your energy levels. The fact is, from day to day, we don't get enough of them. We blindly think we're doing everything right. Man, how wrong could I have been to overlook this? Once you see the right way to manage this, you'll start feeling so much better. You'll feel like living. So here's what it's not. There's no harmful wonder pills. I've tried many of them, but I have to say very sternly that they are not wonder drugs. Many of them contain harmful chemicals that can do damage to your body. They are like poison. There's no hunger or starving. I tried that. That and the headache and the dizziness were so bad that I almost fainted. I was constantly irritated and felt depressed for no good reason. It got so bad that I had to go on the seafood and eat it diet. I couldn't handle it anymore, so I gorged myself silly while feeling guilty and rotten inside. Don't ever try this type of diet. Hunger is an irresistible force you won't ever beat unless you get to that stage you never need to eat again.